example of that is an input goal for me. Like, I've really sat down this weekend and reevaluated my life, want to see, okay, what are my goals? I love teaching. It's a passion of mine. I need to do it. It's not something that, it's just part of the business. It's something that is in my soul. I need to teach. This is why I started doing these free live streams, is because, I get to teach my clients. I think I have like 6 clients today that I'm teaching. I'm doing my consulting calls. Tomorrow's my actual group teaching call. But that being said, I want to teach even more to level up the skill set and to have more control of the input. If I can teach 2 lessons a day, record them, and then share them with you guys, awesome. I can make an impact, I can think a little bit bigger, and I'm getting the input that I can control. I can't control the output of who decides to take the lessons that we have here and then run with it. But I can control the input of putting these sessions out and showing people. And then in this video, in this live stream, I'm actually going to be sharing with you guys some homework. There's going to be 2 pieces of homework, 2 missions you guys can do today to immediately implement what we're learning today, essentially. But that's an input goal, not necessarily an output goal. So if you guys have questions on that, drop them in the chat. We'll be talking about that shortly. But I'm going to jump in and then let's change the screen here. So that's the difference between a broke mindset and then a wealthy mindset. Let's go here now. Let's take a look at the next asset that I want to share with you guys. Is going to be the next thing that we want to take a look at. Let me see here. How do I make this? Oh, there we go. Cool. Okay. So how do you actually go from a wealthy mindset how do you go from a broke mindset? You don't want to revert backwards, right? You don't want to start from broke you don't want to start from wealthy and go broke, essentially. Now, what is that? How do you do that? Like, how do you actually implement that? What does that look like on in real life, right? Applied. This is something I got from Rich Dad Poor Dad, but it's every time you catch yourself thinking or saying, I can't afford that, that's when you want to jump in and then be like, how do I afford that, right? This gets your mind thinking creatively, right? There's always a solution, and you want to prime your mind to be solution oriented. Okay, so every time you catch yourself, I can't afford this thing, cut yourself off right there and think about, how do I afford this thing? Okay. When I bought my first car, it was only $3,000, and I just thought, okay, how do I afford this? Okay, instead of saying like, I don't have $3,000. Well, I could sell a $3,000 product to one person. I could sell a $100 product to 30 people. I could work for 10 hours, minimum wage at the time, and then have my total of 300 hours. Or I can get 300 people to sign up to a $30 monthly membership to my service and then help with that. Josh says clean shave. Thank you. Looking extra young today. I got Julie trying to request a live video. I don't know if you're just pressing that button by accident, but if you do want to access the live video, drop a comment and then I could put you on shortly, because I keep seeing the pop-up. But basically you want to change your thoughts and your words to how do you afford things. This is going to be key. This is going to prime your mind to not be excuse-oriented. Instead, you want to be solution-oriented. Okay? Super, super important. You also want to understand, what is money? Okay? Money is an artificial created middle ground used to exchange goods or services. In other words, it's a store of value used to create and exchange goods or services. You need it to trade in life. Okay? Super, super key. Without understanding of money, you're just going to think that, money is real. It's not. Okay? What's more real is the value that actually gets exchanged. A little more intangible, right? But money's just a tool. It's like a hammer or scissors. You could use it improperly, or you could use it properly. Money is a tool to get the things that we want. And essentially that's where you want to start. Okay? So now that you've gotten this idea that you want to catch yourself every time that you catch yourself thinking, oh, I can't afford this, oh, it's too expensive, oh, I can't do that, and instead rewiring your brain to be like, okay, how do I afford this? Then this teaches you to be creative and find, essentially becoming resourceful. This is going to be key to building up wealth, because if you start broke or even when you get wealthy later on, you're going to lack resources. So you got to be resourceful. You'll be full of resources, have access to it. Okay, that's a creative finance side. Talk about that in future sessions. Now, the last thing I want to leave you guys with is this concept that you always want to pay yourself first. Okay. Down below, you'll see this is a simple income and a balance sheet. Income statement and a balance sheet. These two is going to be exactly what you need if you want to make sure you become financially literate and take care of your finances. I usually create this every month, and I'm always like improving my systems. But an income statement, all it is, it's a representation of income and expenses for a person, business, or entity for a prolonged period of time. Call it 1 month, okay? Monthly. A balance statement is a representation of assets and liabilities, debt of a person, business, or entity, okay? For a period of time. Balance statement and income statement measure your financial health. Do you have more income than expenses coming in? Or do you have more assets than debts currently? That's going to determine how healthy you are financially. Okay? To find your cash flow, which is calculating your income statement, it's going to be income minus expenses. If your cash flow is positive, awesome. That means we're moving to the right direction. You have an excess of capital. If your cash flow is at zero, that's actually not that bad. Later on, I actually coach my students to move towards that, because that actually shows you, especially if you're using your dollars wisely, that you're consciously giving every single dollar a job. Okay, there's going to be money used for groceries, money used for your car, money used for your marketing budget, money used to hire, money used to pay your people. But each dollar has a job. So now money comes in, and it even includes savings and investing. Even if I'm saving that money, investing that money, I'm counting it as an expense for future Patrick. Okay? If your income is less than your expenses, you got an income problem or possibly a spending problem. At least now we know what it is. We can go down, break down exactly what we need to do, what we need to implement to solve that problem. Okay. Next, with net worth. Okay, your net worth, calculated through your balance sheet, is going to be your total assets minus all your liabilities. This is probably the most important calculation you can make next to cash flow, is because this is what's going to gauge how close or how far are you from working forever. And I'll even highlight being stuck working forever, because there's a difference, right? I could teach forever. Okay? If I didn't need to make money, I would just live stream and just teach like this all day long and then do fun stuff after. Okay? That being said, if you're stuck working for money, then whether you like the job or your career or not, you don't have a choice. Okay? That's not what I want for you guys. I want you to get to a point where you can just step away from the job, step away from whatever you're doing, and then still enjoy the life that you want while still having money come in all the time. So net worth allows you to do that. Now, how do you calculate net worth? It's going to be all your assets. Assets are just things that put money in your pocket. It could be cash, it could be stocks, crypto, real estate, private equity, businesses, tools. Even like your first car, I count it as an asset because it allows you to work, go out into the world, and make some money. I should say take some money, because you don't necessarily make money. You can create an income. Liability is going to be all your debts. Okay, we'll talk about the difference between good and bad debt in the future, but for now, net worth is all your assets minus everything that you owe. So everything you own minus everything you owe, that gives you your net worth. Positive net worth, awesome. We're moving towards financial independence. Okay. Later on, we'll talk about a financial independence number. Just as a quick sneak peek, it's going to be 10 to 20x your annual income. Basically, you're buying yourself 10 to 20 years of income you can pay yourself. Or you do what's called a draw, where you're taking out from interest or dividend payments. If your net worth is at zero, that means you're broke. You can have $1 million in cash, owe $1 million, net worth becomes zero, goose egg, technically you're broke. If your net worth is under zero, okay, you have 20,000 in assets, you got some investments, but then you went to university, let's say, and you bought a new car, and now you owe $78,000. Okay, so your net worth is around negative 50 grand. You are actually worse off than broke. You have to work hard to pay off the banks, pay off the car loan company, pay off the school and the money that you borrowed. You got to pay all these people off before getting to a net worth of zero. So you actually got to work hard, or the opposite. This is what I did when I was broke and worse off than broke, was that I just kept adding assets until my assets exceeded the debt that I took on. Then I essentially was able to scale, because now my assets, not only did the net worth increase past zero at a time, but those assets are also growing, so that I can actually increase my net worth. Okay. So I'll give you guys some access to some free resources. I got a budget template. If you guys are interested in a free budget template, just make sure to go on my Instagram, DM me the word budget, and I'll be able to send you that for free. That's going to help you learn how to pay yourself first. It's going to learn how to, calculate your financial statements, your net worth statements, all that. It's going to be key, and it's going to make your life so much easier. It's completely free. It's a personal budget template. Just DM the word budget. Okay, so awesome. Pretty epic. Tomorrow we're going to be jumping onto some more content there. But that being said, I want to share with you guys an opportunity to ask some questions. If you guys have questions, comments, critiques, or concerns, drop them in the chat. I'd love to answer those out and help you reach some goals. Okay, before I jump off here and get back to work. Whoa, almost dropped my camera there. That was sketchy. Cool. So if you guys have questions, comments, critiques, or concerns, let me know. What do you guys, how can I help? How can I help you guys reach that next level? How do I help you guys improve your financial situation? Maybe you guys want to get into real estate. Maybe you guys just want to become more financially independent. Whatever it is, I'd love to help you guys reach that. But yeah, I'll answer a few questions here or there. Let me know. Drop them in the chat. How much budget? Like, what do you mean? Like, how much to? Like, I'm giving the budget template for free. What's your question there? Like, how much do you need to budget? How much do you spend a month, you think? Give me a ballpark number so I can help you out. I know they say there's no such thing as stupid questions. That's not a stupid question. That's a great question. However, we can improve it. The more specific your questions are, the more I can help you guys out. So, something I learned from being a teacher for 5 years. Technically 7 if you counted the time where I was teaching without a license yet. So yeah, what do you mean by how much budget? Like, how much do you need to budget for like what there? You got to give me some specifics. Best assets to start with. Good question. So I'll jump into that first because I just saw the number. So best assets to start with is going to be the one that's the easiest first, and then use that to gain momentum and then scale up, right? Like, the best asset, I believe, is going to be private equity and real estate, right? I love those two. Okay? That being said, the best assets to start with is going to be cold hard cash. It's the easiest to get. You get instant wins. Once you get some cash, you can turn that cash into, this is what I did, dividend paying stocks, especially Canadian dividend paying stocks if you're a Canadian, because that actually allows you to have a bunch of tax advantages. You can put into your RRSPs as well. Okay. Then what I did was I used that to get access to real estate. Okay. My first time home buyers, 5% down, took all the stocks that I had, liquidated that, transferred that into my first home. That's how I did it. But the easiest asset to get is the one that is like the best asset to start with is the one that's the easiest at first, because you want to get that win. You want to see increases in your assets and your net worth to start showing you that it's possible. The best asset later on is going to be the ones that you can close without using any of your own money, and that's going to be key because that's where you get that leverage. Like for real estate, I could put 20% down and control the whole asset. I could do something very similar with businesses. Okay? Blake says, what up? Hey, hope you're doing well, man. I don't know if you're in Montreal still, but I'd love to visit. But we'll love to connect with you, man. Like, dude, seriously. I know we haven't chatted too much, but thanks to you and connecting me with Jason Capital's program there, amazing. Changed my life, seriously. Nihaj says $1,500. Okay, so if you're spending $1,500 a month, your budget should be at least above that, right? You should be slightly above that. I'm gonna assume, correct me if I'm wrong, with that $1,500 a month, maybe you don't have savings yet or investments. Okay, but if you have savings or investments that are part of your expenses and those monthly expenses, the $1,500, awesome. Okay, that's a good start. Everything else is gonna be a bonus. Okay, so with your budget there, I suggest DM me the word budget, and then I'll send you that free budget template. You'll see how you can actually customize that. You'll get that template, save your own version, and then use that to really get clarity on what you're doing. That will help a lot. It's completely free. Yeah, definitely, Malik. I'll let you know when I'm in the city. I'm excited. I'm hoping to go sometime soon. I got a trip out west first before I go out east, so excited to connect. Cool. I got a few more minutes to answer some questions. Let me know. Drop them in the chat. These are good questions. I like the one with the assets and how much to budget there. If you wanted more like specific, let's see. Okay, Julie keeps asking. I'm gonna see if she is really. Someone keeps requesting to jump on here, so I'm gonna see if they're actually interested. If not, it's all good. Questions, drop them in the chat. Pretty excited. I got a call soon in about 17 minutes. I'll be coaching one of my students on real estate. Now, if you guys get value from this and you're interested in learning more, especially on the financial abundance of the real estate side, or if you're even interested in starting an opportunity to make money right away, not in real estate, this is something new that really started. It's more so in the social media side of things. Let me know. DM me the word blueprint or coach if you're more interested in the real estate side, financial abundance. If you're more interested on having the opportunity to make money on your phone or a laptop, just DM me the word opportunity and I'd love to send you that. Okay, so Julie said she's unable to, I don't know if it's just her phone, whatever. Anyway, cool. Other questions, comments, critiques, or concerns, drop them in the chat. Tomorrow we'll be talking about don't work for money, have your money work for you. And then we're gonna also be talking about how to create multiple sources of income, aka side hustles, aka could even turn into real hustles. So we're gonna talk a lot about income and putting our money to work tomorrow. 8 a.m. Central Time. I'm going to be here. We're going to shoot to go for 30 minutes at least. We can go upwards to an hour if you guys have more questions. And part of what I'm doing here is I want to take the time that you have and give you back more time, simplify your life by learning these finances and give you tools and resources so that you can make more money, reduce expenses, and buy back your time. That's going to be key because that's what leads to freedom. That's what leads to living a lifestyle that you can decide what you want to do. So 8 o'clock every day this week, we're going to be doing this. I'm going to do it right before I even take on any of my clients in the morning. And that's really going to help us not just grow together, but hopefully it offers you guys some value, helps you guys crush it, and then helps me also because I get to control the input of how much I'm actually teaching per day. And now that school's back, I have the urge to teach. I love this. Wakes me up every morning, gets me excited, and selfishly, it helps me get better at my craft at teaching, even if I'm not necessarily in a classroom anymore, this is how I can continue scaling and teaching you guys. Cool. So there's no other final questions. I'm going to jump off here. A little bit of a shorter stream. It's all good. You guys are awesome. Appreciate everyone's support. You guys are great. You guys have other questions or you're watching the replay, drop it in the comments. Drop them in the chat there. I always read all the comments, so I will answer those as well. You guys are awesome. See you guys tomorrow for the next session. It's going to be epic. Sharing more money lessons for you guys. And I'll see you guys at the next video tomorrow. Peace.
The knowledge I had with real estate wasn't that great, and that's when I knew I needed a mentor to guide me through the steps of minimizing my mistakes and obtaining property. It kept me accountable with the limited time I had after the long hours at work. It taught me things I wouldn't have learned without a mentor.
Thank you to Patrick. It's big help, helping with pretty much everything ever since I started. So big shout out to Patrick and Alliance.
Nice. Yeah, Nick's an action taker, so we can help guide you, but you still got to do work, and Nick is a testimonial for that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And thank you again, Patrick, for this program. It changed my life. It changed my mindset. It changed everything. That was the best six weeks of my life.
I just want to give a shout out to my man Patrick. Just honestly been one of the best teachers that I've ever had.
It's a very informative course. Patrick works with you one-on-one, so if there's any questions or anything that you might be doubting or you're uncertain of, he'll definitely be there to help. Honestly, highly suggest this course. It's taught me a lot through my journey.